This is your boy 1247. Once again, give yourself a hand. Yeah, we're up in this piece. We are up in this piece right now. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing today? This is your boy 1247. Great one, as always, the great one, the great one. Want to give a big shout out to everybody who's tuning in. I appreciate everybody who's stuff, and we're gonna have a good show today. We're gonna have a good show today. We're gonna have a good show today. Sorry about it. I had to I get rid of some things, but we get it. We in it. Anyways, gentlemen, here's the thing. If you guys see the title, is it says what is independence doing for us as a nation? Right? What is independence doing for us as a nation, gentlemen? What is this word independence? Because this is what, especially here in the US, this is what things are ran off of, right? So all these people talking about independence, Independence Day, right? What independence. Everybody's talking about independence. My thing is, gentlemen, what is independence doing for us right now? Right? What is independence doing for us? How has independence helped us as a nation as a whole? How has it helped us? Just want to know, how has independence helped us as a nation? Is independence a good thing? Is independence a bad thing, gentlemen? What is independence doing for us right now? Oh, sorry about that. Gentlemen, what is independence doing for us? Everybody is independent, right? Everybody's doing their own thing. Is that independence right now? Independence is just, especially when you come to when you're dealing with these women, everything is about independence. So, gentlemen, what is it's independent, but it's interdependent at the same time. Uh-oh. Yeah, you want to be independent, but then at the same time, you're depending upon someone to what? To help you out. So yeah, I'm independent. I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need. But then you turn around and say, yeah, but I do, but you do need. You don't need, but you do need. So my thing is, how does this independence work, gentlemen? Can somebody tell me how this independence work? Right, and I'm doing the show basically because I was talking to my oldest daughter like last week, a couple weeks ago, and she was talking about she's in this after school group, right? This I guess this kind of like girl empowerment group, whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with that, but I asked her what she's learning about. And one of the things she said was, Dad, they're teaching me how to be an independent woman. I'm like, they're teaching you how to, you're talking about being an independent woman? What do you mean, baby? Yeah, we gotta be strong, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, we gotta, be independent. So the school is teaching my child how to be an independent woman? Why is the school trying to put this independent stuff in an 8-year old's mind? You're 8 years old. You're a little girl. Why do you need to have an independent mindset at 8 years old? This is what I'm saying, gentlemen. This is why you got to take your families back, gentlemen. Why is the school teaching my 8-year-old daughter how to be an independent woman? Independent from who and from what? How does your independence, how is this independence thing? I don't understand. You okay, everybody's independent. Okay, cool. Everybody's independent. So everybody's doing their own thing. So there's no responsibility because to me, this independent stuff is basically you're independent of what is it? Consequences. You're independent of your own actions. Somebody else is going to step in and take care of your consequences and your actions. Is this what you're independent of? How does independent once again, how does this independence work? Why is my 8-year-old learning about being an independent woman at 8? You're a child. You don't need to know about independence. The female that's teaching this older woman that teach you about independence is not even independent herself. How are you going to teach independence when you're not independent yourself? You're interdependent. You're teaching about independence when you got a nation full of women that's dependent upon a man to do X, Y, and Z. If a man is not present, how does your independence work? 8 years old, learning about independent women. Are you serious right now? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me how this works? You are independent young lady at 8 years old. So what is my daughter gonna tell me next? Oh, daddy, I don't need you, daddy. Really? I don't need you, daddy. I can do it by myself. At 8 years old, little girl, this is how we doing it. At 8 years old, you don't need me, your father. See, gentlemen, this is why I say, gentlemen, leave Big Booty Keisha alone. Gentlemen, you got to take your families back, gentlemen. This is trash. Why is my daughter learning about being an independent woman at 8 years old at some after school program? So she could be like the rest of these independent women out here who claim they're independent, but you're actually interdependent. I don't need you, but I need you. I don't need you, but I need you. I don't need you, but I come on, gentlemen. You gentlemen don't see the confusion that's going on here in the United States. This is why things are declining. Like the social just being social here in the United States is trash. The relationship between man and woman is as absolutely in the dumps. I don't need you, but I don't mind using you. That's how independence works here in the United States. I will use you all day, but I don't need you because I don't want to follow behind you and I'm strong and I'm this and I'm that. Cool. So once again, if you older women want to do that, then do that. But what does it have to do with an 8-year-old? And there's other girls in this group, so there's more little girls. There's no little boys in here. There's all little girls learning how to be a strong and independent woman at 8 years old. Why is the school teaching any child how to be strong and independent? So we're not gonna listen to our parents now. So you teaching your children how to be strong and independent. So you teaching my child how to be strong and independent and not listen to her father. Oh, dad, nah, dad. I'm strong and independent. I can do it myself. Really, little girl. You only 8 years old. 8 years old. 8. See, gentlemen, this is why I say, gentlemen, man, the battle is on, gentlemen. The battle is on. The battle is on, gentlemen. I don't understand gentlemen so quick to drop their children off at school and drop them off at this program. But gentlemen, I mean, your children are your responsibility. Your children are your responsibility, gentlemen. You so quick to drop your little girls off here and drop them off there so you can do what, gentlemen? Chase after ass and titties all day? See what I'm saying, gentlemen? But let's go back to the top, gentlemen. What has independence done for our nation? What has independence done? I don't need you, but I don't mind using you. Gentlemen, do you see how things in the U.S. it just is going to hell in a handbasket? This nation that you see, that you walk around, gentlemen, this is going to hell in a handbasket, quick, fast, and in a hurry. But you gentlemen walking around chasing after Keisha all day, complain. Meanwhile, the school is teaching our children about, especially your daughters, about being independent. So what are they teaching the little boys? Uh-oh. So if they teaching the little boy, I mean the little girls how to be strong, what are they teaching the little boy? If they teaching the little girls how to be strong and independent, what in God's name are they teaching these little boys? Huh, gentlemen? But this is the problem, John. We giving our responsibility to everybody else. We don't want to take responsibility for nothing. We want to be we we still sitting up in clubs, gentlemen. We still sitting up in strip clubs. But you got somebody else teaching your son this, but they teaching your daughter something else, and you just sitting there and doing what? Oh, because you got your little Rolex watch. You got your little rims on your car. You got your little house. Come on, gentlemen. I told you I'm not pointing the finger at no more of these women. I'm pointing the finger right at us, gentlemen. What in God's name are we doing to save our family, to save our nation, to save this nation, gentlemen? Because it's looking ugly right now. Gentlemen, it's looking ugly right now. Teaching my 8-year-old to be strong and independent at 8 years old. Little girl, first of all, this independence nonsense is a bunch of foolishness, a bunch of tomfoolery. Everybody needs somebody. You're not independent of anybody or anyone. You're not independent of me as your father. I don't care what your mama got to say. It wasn't for daddy going to Iraq war, you wouldn't be in the house you in now. Uh-oh. See, this is what I'm saying, gentlemen. You gotta break this independence nonsense to your children. Especially if you separated, especially if you're going through a divorce. You gotta let your little girls know, baby, there is no such thing as independence. Everybody's interdependent. The most people scream about independent is the most interdependent. I don't need you. I don't need. See this and independence. Listen, and also this independence thing, gentlemen, it excuses accountability. That's what independence means. I can do what I want to do, and I'm independent of my actions. I'm independent of how my consequences. I'm independent of that, so I can do whatever I want to do, however I want to do it. Then here comes my consequences. Then on I'm just independent of my consequences because I can give these consequences to anybody I want to. I can give my once again. I'm independent of accountability. That's really what it is. I don't have to give an account to anybody because I'm independent, right? Because I can do whatever I want to do. So that means you don't have to give an account for the actions that you've done, right? So once again, so you're independent, but you have to rely on that interdependence to help you out. See where the confusion comes in, gentlemen? So you're independent, that meaning you can do whatever you want to do, because that's what independence is in the United States. You can do whatever you want to do. And when no consequences come for your actions, oh, I just give it off. I just give that off to somebody else. So you're independent in one hand, but you're interdependent on the other hand. Because when these consequences come, you're going to try to give those consequences off to somebody else. So somebody else has to be there. Because if somebody else is not there, then you got to deal with that all yourself. So you don't take account of your actions. You just do what you want to do. This is what independence means. I just do what I want to do. And somebody in the end is going to bear the brunt of my burden. See, gentlemen, this is why you gotta train your children. You gotta train your children, especially your girl and your boys. I can't say girls and your boys. You gotta train them. You gotta train them, gentlemen. Like I said, my two little girls got two YouTube channels and merchandise. So this independent stuff, my babies are doing stuff that grown-ups are not even doing. Uh-oh. 8 and 6 years old. But once again, this didn't come from them. Of course, I've helped them in their development and in their things and the things that they want to do. Yes. But somebody had to help you, baby. Like dad had to help you there with the help of dad that, we made this thing happen. You didn't do this by yourself. You didn't do this by yourself. And all these women talking about some this, that, and the third. Listen, these women ain't, baby. They're painting an illusion. See, this is what gets me mad because you got these women out here that are painting illusion to babies. Oh, I got this and I got that. Well, first of all, if that school didn't exist, you don't have a degree, boo boo. That school that you went to, that brick and mortar building, was built by men. Yeah, like like what world do we live in? It's just this independence just cancels out a whole gender of cancels out a whole gender. I did this all by myself. First of all, you wouldn't even be in this reality. It wasn't for your daddy's seed. Uh-oh. How'd you even get here in the first place? How's all this independence working, gentlemen? We just letting it slide, gentlemen. We just letting it slide, just letting it slide, gentlemen. This is why there's all this hate for the passport, bros. This is why there's all this hate for when you gentlemen decide, cool, I'm going to exercise my independence and I'm about to exit stage left over here. But when you gentlemen exercise your independence, all of a sudden you're the bad guy. Whoa, hold up a second. Whoa. Hold on, rewind that. Hold up. I'm doing the same thing you're doing. You're exercising your independence. You're doing whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, whenever you want to do it. Okay, well, I'm going to be responsible and exercise my independence, and I'm about to go elsewhere and find me a suitable wife. What's the problem? Oh, well, you can't handle. See, here we go, gentlemen. Here go the hypocrisy again. Here we go. So you can exercise your independence, no problem. No problem. But as soon as men, we start exercising our independence, all of a sudden we're the bad guy? Gentlemen, do you see what time you live in right now? Everything is ass backwards. You're independent, but you're interdependent all at the same time. This is why passport bros and you gentlemen going your own way and doing whatever you want to do. This is why you gentlemen are getting ridiculed. Because their independence depends upon you being there when the consequences come. Uh-oh. When the consequences come, gentlemen, this is where you step in. You're supposed to step in and you're supposed to receive all her consequences. All them bodies she racked up. All them children she had out of wedlock. All that wild stuff you was doing. All them wild parties and doing this and doing that. Hell, I mean, we could talk about the welfare system. I mean, there's so many programs that depend upon you being here, depend upon your tax dollars. So how are you independent, but you're interdependent at the same time? You need me to be here. If I'm not here, this whole thing is like it's like the walls of Jericho. It's crashing down. So you're independent in your speech, but you're not independent in your actions. Come on, you talk a good game, but as men, we know, we deal in reality. We don't deal in la la land. We know that every action there's a reaction. There's rewards and there's consequences. Most men know this. This is not foreign to us. We know that, hey, listen, if we don't do this, then this is not gonna happen. If we don't put the work in here, we're not gonna get the result over here. If we don't do this, if we don't eat right, if we don't exercise, we don't do this, we're gonna have bad health. Once again, men primarily understand these things. We live in the reality. Women are in la la land. Independence is like it's a how you say, a get out of jail free card. Oh, I'm independent. Okay. So these women, once again, they can do whatever they want to do. But you're independent. Once again, you're independent in speech, but you're interdependent in your actions. Well, once again, be independent on both sides. So whatever you dish out, you should be ready to deal with it on the other side. But you can't dish something out, do whatever you want to do. Then all of a sudden, somebody's supposed to be there to catch you before you fall. No, that's not how it works. You can't call men misogynistic and this, that, and the third, and you women say all types of wild stuff. If you listen, ladies, if you say that you don't want a man and a man leaves, you going to ridicule him for doing what you said that you didn't need him to do? Or, I mean, okay, let me rewind that. You said you don't need a man. So when the men exercise their independence because you said you don't need me, and I exercise my independence and I go somewhere else and find me a traditional wife that actually wants me and needs me, I'm the bad guy. So you talk the whole lot of game. You talked yourself up. We believed in everything that you said. You said you don't want us around. This is what you said. We believed everything you said and we're leaving. But somehow we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to leave. You talked about the independence. We believed in what you said. I don't need you. Cool. You wrote that ticket. You wrote that contract. Cool. You want me to sign right here? Oh, you sure? And for decades, man, we're like, listen, men held this contract up. Ladies, you said you don't need us. You said this for decades. You said it. You said it. You said it. I mean, hell, I'm 41. I've heard this ever for the last 30, all my life. Oh, we don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you. And once again, see, our daddies didn't sign that dotted line. Our grandfathers didn't sign that dotted line. Our great grandfathers didn't sign that dotted line. But millennial men, they signed the dotted line. Oh, you want me to sign right there? No problem. Be gone. Whoa, 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 whoa. This contract is old. It's dusty. I had to blow it off. Because remember, you said you didn't need us. So that same contract that was offered to my daddy, that same contract that was offered to my granddaddy, the same contract that was offered to my great granddaddy, they didn't sign it. Right? Because they had to be a man and blah, all this King Kong nonsense, all that guilt and shame and stuff that you put on them. But us millennial men, they got that contract. They said, hold up a second, let me see something. Hold up. You don't need and y'all keep saying it over and over again? Okay, cool. Hey, let me get a pen right quick. Yeah, let me get that pen right. Yeah. Thank you. Bam, I'm gonna sign that dotted line, and we rolling. Now all of a sudden, what is go? Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold up a second. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You say you're independent and you don't need me. So if you don't need my services, I signed a contract that you drew up all them years ago. I signed it. The ink is dry. Did you know how them copies back in the day, them white, the white and the yellow and the pink. Do you need a copy? Because this is the contract that you drew up. Even though those generations, 4, 5, 6, whatever generations before me didn't sign the contract, the millennial generation and definitely the Gen Z generation are definitely signing that contract and they rolling. See this independent stuff, how it doesn't work? Because when how do you say, when rubber meets the road, then all of a sudden, oh, well, what's going to happen? Well, you should have counted up that cost. You should have been ready for whatever. You should have been ready for the consequences of men not being there. You should have been ready for that, right? You should have been ready for whatever comes. You should have been ready for whatever happens because this is what you said. You don't need us. You're independent. You got a whole nation. You got a whole United States built off independence, right? Because this is what the country was founded on: independence from this. We came to America. We were trying to fight for our independence. We were trying to get free from the British. Okay, so you got a whole nation full of independent people. What does that mean? You built a nation off of independence. So you got so United States didn't want to take accountability from Great Britain. Uh-oh. So you got a group of people from Great Britain that fled to the United States because they want to take accountability. That's what independence means. You didn't want to take accountability. So you got a group of the founding fathers of the United States who want accountability from Great Britain. So you flood over here to the United States and with that same independent mindset, and you think something is going to flourish. I don't understand. What world do we live in where we don't take accountability? Everything is just a free for all. We can just do what we want to do, and we can just keep doing what we want to do, and somehow at the end of the day, we're gonna win. No, nah. The same mindsets today. We're independent. We are independent, independent. Now we got our children talking about independence. My 8-year-old child talking about something else. They're teaching me how to be strong and independent at 8 years old, Dad. Really? So what does that mean for an 8-year-old? So an 8-year-old can do whatever she wants to do. There's no consequences for the things she does because she's independent. Independent of who? Independent of who? Direction? Correction? She's independent of who? I don't understand. Come on. Come on, people. YouTube land, wherever it's airing at. I mean, how is an 8-year-old independent of correction? Oh, we're strong. We can do whatever we want to do. Okay, well, work has to be done. See, independence, once again, see, I don't understand about the US, but then again, this is how this country was built. Off a hearsay. Somebody else does the work and we're just going to be independent. We're going to get you to do the work and somebody else reach the rewards. Like, how does that work? Somebody else reach the reward. Somebody else does the building. Somebody else does X, Y, and Z. Somebody else does all the suffering. Somebody else goes through all the pain. And we're just independent. We just want to be free. We just want to do X, Y, and Z. But once again, freedom is not free. You have to pay for it. Freedom is never free. Somebody has to pay for you to be free. This is why I don't understand how people in this country are just so delusional about this independence nonsense. There's people fighting every single day. There might be wars and things going on that you just don't know about. But oh my God, I'm free to go to get your Starbucks, your frappe latte at latte or whatever it's called from Starbucks. Oh, I'm free. Oh, I'm free. I'm independent. See, and this is how the same word that built this nation is the same word that's destroying it. Uh-oh. The same independence that built this nation is the same one that's destroying it. Y'all came over here, didn't want to take accountability from Great Britain, so you fled to a whole different landmass where people are already here. Oh, we don't want to talk about that though. Uh-oh. Fled to another landmass where people are already here. Talking about some independence. So you didn't want to take accountability where you were, so you fled somewhere else to be free and have the same independence. Okay. All right. And once again, how long do you think this like, yeah, yeah. Like things crumble. Somebody else pays. Somebody else. So we don't take accountability. We don't take accountability for anything because we're independent. Those who fled from Great Britain to this landmass, we don't have to listen to Great Britain. We don't have to listen to the crown. We can do whatever we want to do because we're independent. We're fighting for our independence, really. Somebody's holding you accountable. Somebody's putting your feet to the fire. Somebody's actually uh uh um now you can't just lay around all day, do nothing all day. Somebody's putting putting some fire up under your behind so you can be about something. Somebody that sees greater for you. I don't like that pressure. I don't like that type of pressure. So I want to be I gotta get away so I can be independent. So you just don't want any accountability. You don't want anybody pushing you. You don't want anybody questioning you. You don't want anybody to see you progress. You just want to do what you want to do. But then at the same time, that's that same person that's trying to push you and do this and do that has to be there because just in case if things go wrong for you, that person has to be there to help you out. But you just said you were independent of these people. You just said you were independent. You're independent from these people, from this rule, from this and that. Yeah, I hear all the time the patriarchy, this, that, and the third. So once again, you want to be independent of accountability because you want to do what you want to do. But that same person that's trying to hold you accountable has to be there just in case stuff goes wrong for you. When stuff starts to break down for you, that same person that was trying to hold you accountable has to be there to help you out all of a sudden. But this is why that person was trying to just trying to keep you accountable so you don't fall into these diverse places. This is the point of being accountable. I'm trying to keep you from falling. Once again, everybody makes mistakes and things of that nature, but me holding you accountable, me having some type of strategy or some type of structure or things of that nature was trying to keep you from hurting yourself. But you didn't want that instruction. You didn't want that type of discipline. You didn't want that type of accountability. You didn't want any of these things. So now when the calamity hits you in your face or the law hits your face and all these things hits in your face, now all of a sudden that person that was keeping you accountable has to hear your word. So the person that was trying to keep you accountable, that was trying to keep you on the right track and do this and do that, like, like normal people do. You use the word independence to cut that off. Oh no, no, I'm independent. I don't need that from you. So now when consequences come and things fall behind and things are falling apart in your life, now all of a sudden that person that was trying to keep you accountable has to be there to bear your burdens. Man, get the out of here. Get the out of here. You didn't want to listen. Somebody was trying to help you. You didn't want to listen because you're independent. Because I see all these other independent women, they're just doing what they want to do, really. So now all of a sudden, here comes the consequences. So now you got racks of bodies, you ain't paying your bills on time, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. So here come the consequences, your lights being cut off, this is your car getting repoed, evictions are going crazy right now in the United States. Got this going on, that going on, this going on, that going on. But all of a sudden, these men that were trying to keep you accountable, oh, we were fighting against the patriarchy. So those same men, this terrible patriarchy that was trying to keep a foot on your neck, is supposed to be around when you get in trouble. So all that stuff that you messed up your own life, now all of a sudden this terrible patriarchy needs to be there to I'm just gonna dump all this consequences onto this patriarchy because you the guys that created this mess in the first place. Really? The terrible patriarchy created all this mess. The terrible patriarchy was trying to keep you from falling in the first place. But now you want to be strong and independent. So, that you got to deal with things. You got to be, you got to pull, your big girl pants up now because this is what part of being quote unquote patriarchy. This is what being a man is. Whatever is done, there's always going to be a type of reward or consequence to everything that we do. That's what being a man is. Is what men know. Men know this. You do something for every action. There's a reaction. There's not action, and there's going to be there's not going to be any type of consequences that come with it. Men know this, especially those been raised by you got had a man in the home, a father in the home. This is what your father should have taught you. But then again, like I said, a lot of these homes they don't have fathers in them either. So I'm like, once again, what is this nation coming to? Independence. You got women out here talking about independence this and independence that. And okay, you taking the same mindset of your so-called forefathers, but sooner or later that the how you say the chicken has come home to roost. The cow and the consequences are going to come to your front door. Consequences are going to come either as a nation or individually. Consequences are going to have to come. Independence is not spoken, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's independent of anything. Everything is basically interconnected. Whatever you do is going to could possibly affect somebody else. We can't keep talking about this independence on one side. I can do whatever I want to do, but then when the consequences come, then all of a sudden I need now. How you say the boy who cried wolf? Well, hold up. You just said that you didn't need me. You didn't need this. You didn't need that. You didn't need this. So when your support system is leaving, there's no safety net. Like what you want people to do? Nobody's going to sit around and take your crap. You jumped out there in the deep end. You started to drown. Like what you want people to do? Jump in with you? You jumped in shark infested waters in the middle of in the middle of Atlantic Ocean, and now you want somebody to swim out there to come save you? Like that's not how it works. But then again, instead of just getting your mind right and just coming back to your senses, now you want to play. Now we want to point fingers. Now all of a sudden, here comes the blame game. Oh my God, and this person. Oh my God, I would be better, but these people, like, come on. This is what I'm saying, gentlemen. This is what I'm saying. This is the world that you live in. Everything is everything. We can do whatever we want to do. Somebody else is going to take on my burdens when stuff gets hard. Somebody's supposed to be there to help me out, no matter what, because you guys say you love us. No, gentlemen, move forward, move the forward. It's a wrap. This independent stuff has destroyed the United States. The independence that they were looking for back centuries ago has destroyed this nation. We do whatever we want to do, and somebody else is going to pick up the tab. Somebody else is going to do this, somebody else, but it never comes back to me. Because when those consequences come back to me, I'm just going to give that off to somebody else. And that's not how things work. The chicken is going to come home to roost. I'm just saying. The chicken, sooner or later, is going to come home to roost. You can't run for the things that you've done on personal level and whatever level. You can't run from it. The chicken is going to come home to roost. If you threw the boomerang out there, that boomerang is coming back. I don't care how hard, how far you threw that boomerang. Sooner or later, that boomerang is coming straight for your head. And a lot of times when you throw a boomerang, it's going to come back a lot harder than the way you throw it. So yeah, this independent stuff has destroyed your whole foundation. The word independence has destroyed everything that's around you. Because independence is not really independence. It's just we don't want accountability. We're just going to give the accountability portion. We're going to give all the hardships. We're going to give we're just going to we're just going to have a fun time, fun. And when the hard times come, here you supposed to come, Mr. Bad Patriarchy, Mr. This and Mr. That, whatever. Now you're supposed to take on my burdens. Oh, that's not how it works. But yeah, just independence has destroyed communities, societies, and even your nation. Destroyed it. Everything is anything, is everything. We can do what we want to do. Nobody can tell me X, Y, and Z. It is what it is. It is what it ain't. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I can gamble. I can do this. I can do that. Now all of a sudden they teaching children about being strong and independent in school to little girls. A third grader talking about some strong and independent. So once again, gentlemen, so your children are going to be strong and independent. So they're not going to listen to you, right? So when you go to discipline, so when I go discipline my daughter, she's strong and independent. She doesn't have to listen to daddy. Is that where we're coming to, gentlemen? So what does an 8-year-old know about strong independence? Oh, Dad, I don't have to listen to you, Dad, because I'm strong and independent. I'm a strong woman. I can do whatever you want to do. What does that mean, little girl? So there's no correction, there's no accountability, there's no nothing. So you just gonna come out here as an 8-year-old and do whatever you want to do, and you don't think there's not gonna be any type of consequences that come with that? Once again, gentlemen, what type of world do we live in? Where everything is just fun, but here come the consequences. I don't believe in karma. Oh, I don't believe in X, Y, and Z. So now all of a sudden, when karma comes or when your consequences come, now all of a sudden everybody else needs to come in and with the capes on and come save you because you made a million wrong decisions over and over and over again. But here comes the real consequence. All of a sudden, now I need to come in and all this hooping and hollering and boohoo, woe is me, this, that, and the third. Now I need to come in and come save. I need to come in that situation. No, absolutely not. Understand, gentlemen. Absolutely not. So you in that type of situation, just like the United States. Listen, if the United States goes down, there's nobody coming to save the United States. Let's be honest. If Boo Boo were to really hit the fan in the United States, there is nobody coming in to help the United States get back on his feet. Nobody. That's what you gentlemen need to do. Listen, you dealing with somebody and I'm strong and independent, this, that, and the third gentleman. Nah. Okay. But listen, if that's the game that you want to play, knock yourself out. But when consequences come, nah, I don't need to get a phone call. No, I'm done. Don't call me now. I don't need that phone call. Trying to help you do this, to help you do that, gentlemen. That's just not only me, your situation too, gentlemen. If you're dealing with somebody, you want to be strong and independent. I can do whatever I want to do. Go out there and rack up as many bodies as you want to, and spend and splurge and this, that, and the third. And once again, here you the middle class tool man. You supposed to be the cleanup guy for all her mess, and you finally say, you know what? I'm gonna sign that contract because you said you didn't need me, and I'm rolling. Now all of a sudden, the London Bridge, her London Bridge is starting to fall down. All of a sudden, now you getting a phone call. Oh, this and oh this. Oh my God! And so okay, what you want me to do about that? And here comes the gaslighting in now. Oh, I thought you cared. No, 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 no. I cared enough to warn you about this in the first place. I try to warn you. I try to keep you away from this. I try to keep you away from that. But no, you want to be strong and independent and do your own damn thing. Like what you want me to do about it right now? You gave me the contract. Hey, you gave it to me. This I'm strong and independent. I don't need nobody. Blah blah blah. Cool. So I once again, gentlemen, you can be just like me. Hey, I signed that contract because you said you didn't need me. I'm rolling. I'm creating a new reality somewhere else with whoever I want to deal with. You said you want to do what you want to do. That's your business. What you want me to do about it? I'm not going to double back and try to help. No, I'm not helping nothing. That's your business. Who whoever was out there with you, let them help you out. I don't know what you want me to do. Same thing with you, gentlemen. What do you think? What do you think? If the United States were to really go down, like who's the United States gonna? Who's United States has been a big brother for a long time for to a lot of different places. So United States were to really go down, who was really going to help bail out the United States of America? Nobody. Nobody. Nobody's coming because you said your whole foundation is built off independence. If your foundation is built off independence, then you don't need nobody else to help you when boo boo hits the fan, right? When hits the fan, you shouldn't need anybody because remember, your independence. Independence is a twofold type thing. Your independence on the giving side and on the receiving side. See, when you out there doing, and all of a sudden, it's like a slinky. All that stuff piles up. Hey, listen, you gotta that same independence when you was out there giving, you gotta have the same type of vigor and all that stuff when you're receiving. But you can't be independent, but then be interdependent. See, gentlemen, this is what I call this is the Jedi, it's the Jedi mind trick. independent, but I still need for you to be here because just in case if his hand, you need to be there to help me out. Come on, gentlemen. Is this the deal that is this the deal that we're getting in the United States right now? Because that's what it seems like it is to me. This is the deal that we're getting in the United States. This is the deal that you get. You guys get absolutely no cooperation. You got no say so and nothing. You're supposed to be once again just like a tool man, just like generations before you. You're supposed to just sit around just like your daddy, and father, and great. You're supposed to be sitting around and just wait for when boo boo hits the fan. You're supposed to come in just with your cape on, and you're supposed to clean it up. And we're just going to keep doing. We're just going to keep out. We're just going to keep on making a mess, like like some gas children. We're just gonna keep on making a mess, and you're supposed to play that role because this is what the man before you did. Because this is what all the middle class man does. He's just a cleanup guy. You gentlemen don't have any say so over anything, but once again, you're just a cleanup guy. You just clean up. What's the song? I just sing to my children back in the day. Clean up, everybody everywhere. Clean up, everybody do your share. But see, everybody do your share. No, they took that out. No, everybody don't do their share. That share goes to you, middle class guy. You're gonna do my share and your share, and we're just gonna keep the ball rolling because that's what independence is to over here in the United States. There's no accountability. We just do what we want to do, and we'll just establish a middle class to clean up everything. We'll just man, please, I go on, gentlemen. Once again, we'll establish the middle class to clean up everything. Because the poor people ain't gonna do it, and the rich people out there crying. So we'll just dump everything on the middle class guy, and the middle class guy will just clean up everything. And you wonder why they get mad at you when you gentlemen take your passport and you jet over here to these different lands and you don't come back. I told you, gentlemen, you're just a tool. You're supposed to be in a toolbox, and when somebody needs you, they're supposed to pull you out, use you for whatever, right? Because they're independent to do whatever they want to do, but you're not independent. Oh. So the independent, okay, so I get it now. So independence only works in one way. So the people who are quote unquote on top, people who are out here making the rules, they can be independent. But you middle class guys, you can't be independent. We have to rely on you to clean up whatever we do. And this is how a lot of these communities are ran, and this is how your nations is ran. This is once again, this is how your nation is ran, and this is how and that trickles all the way down to your communities. We do whatever we want to do, and at the end of the day, the so-called middle class, the middleman is going to clean up everything. Because when boo boo hits the fan, the people who are calling the shots, they gonna get up out of here. And once again, the middle class man, is gonna take up everything, right? Because this is who's fighting in wars. It's not no government's fighting the war, but who they send out there to fight wars? The middle class guy. So what's the difference between your so-called government and the people in your community? They act the same way because this is what independence is. We do whatever we want to do, however we want to do it. There's no consequences for us. But once again, the middle class guy, is going to clean up all our mess. He's the one that's going to make the sacrifice. I'll say it again. The middle class guy is going to make the sacrifice, not us. These middle class guys are going to make all the sacrifices, not us. Gentlemen, this actually just once again, you just a punching bag, huh? You're just a tool. Somebody else cleans up our mess. We don't have to worry about anything because Roger, see Roger, see the janitor right there. He's going to clean it up for us because that's his job. This is how your nation was built. If it starts at the top, it's going to go right down, all the way down to the bottom. So once again, gentlemen, hey, gentlemen, take your power back, man. That's what I said. You gentlemen are going to do two. Listen, I told you, you gentlemen, your middle class gentlemen have the power. And there's only two things that you gentlemen are going to do. You are going to lead or you're going to leave. I don't care nothing about the independence you're talking about. I'm going to lead you. I'm going to leave you. That's the only two options. Here's my contract. Since you gave me this independence contract, okay, cool. I already signed that. Boom. So here's the thing. Because actually I'm about to get up out of here. So here's my contract to you. I'm either going to lead you or I'm going to leave you. Which one you want to do? No, 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 no. You said you were independent. Got you. So with this independence, I'm going to listen. Cool. I'm going to spot your independence with my independence. So you're not going to hit me with the independence, then try to how you try to not a double contract. How you say it's you're trying to hit me with your independence, but it's really interdependence. I'm gonna say it again. See, they try to hand you the contract about the independence. I don't need you, but see, when you read the clauses and you go to the fine print, it's really interdependence. I'm independent of what you say. I don't have to follow your orders. I don't have to follow your guidance. I don't have to do anything you tell me to do. But on the flip side of this contract, I need for you. I actually interdependent to you because I need for you to be here. I'm not gonna listen to you, but I need to use you. Gentlemen, we not gonna with that. Gentlemen, we not with that. Nobody's gonna take that type of deal. You hand me the independence on one side, but actually on the flip side, it's interdependence. So you need to stay. I can go do whatever I want to do, but I need for you to stay. Because when boo boo, when hits the fan, I need for you to clean it up. And now this has been the United States ever since its birth. Ever since the conception of the United States. This is how your nation has always thought. And that same thought has trickled down all the way down to your into your homes now. Because everybody's is independent. Everybody's just doing whatever they want to do. Right? We could just do whatever we want to do. We don't have to worry about the consequences. We don't have to listen to accountability. We don't have to be the greatest version of ourselves. We don't need discipline. We can just do whatever we want to do. And there's somebody that's always normally these middle class guys just gonna clean it up for all of us. We put all the pressure on the middle class guy. We're gonna tax him more, put all the pressures on him, take all them taxes out of his paycheck because we can do whatever we want to do. So the same mindset that has built this nation, it's the same mindset has creeped into your homes. That same mindset has creeped into your house because now you don't have families no more. Gentlemen, if you don't have families, you don't have a community. Uh-oh. If you gentlemen don't have families, you don't have a community. So how are we talking about family? How are we talking about community with no family? Come on, gentlemen. We're talking about family without a community, without man and woman coming together, which is the community. Oh, I forgot, gentlemen. You're the middle class guys. I forgot. You're the tool guy. So the tool guy, once again, is just okay. Now it makes sense. I get it, gentlemen. It makes sense. You're the middle class guy. So nobody wants to be in commune with you because you're just the tool. Wow. Nobody wants to be in communion with the tool, man. So now it makes sense, gentlemen. Nobody wants to be in commune with you because you're just the cleanup guy. I don't have to listen to the cleanup guy. Matter of fact, I don't need to be in communion. I don't need to be in a communion or community with this cleanup guy. You're just the cleanup guy. We're going to build a community. This is how these women think. Oh, I got my degrees and this, that, and the third because once again, cleanup guy, gentlemen. Once again, you're the cleanup guy. Nobody's going to build a community with the cleanup guy. You're just the help. You're just the help. And this is what these women in your so-called community have been told. Girl, he's just the help. You ain't got to listen to the help because we didn't listen to his daddy. We didn't listen to his grandfather. We didn't listen to his great grandfather. We just told once again the government and them put all them burdens on these middle class guys, and they just took it. Yeah, girl, we can just do whatever we want to do because he's just a help. So once again, we don't have to be in commune with him. We're just going to use him. We're just going to use him for whatever he has, whatever benefits we have. We're going to drain that from him. We're going to drain his balls. Go right back to daddy government. Because daddy government is independent. So we taking our cues from daddy government. So these women think like the government. So the government is based off independence, and these women are based off independence. So everybody's just independent. So we just basically the United States is just a free for all. There's no structure anywhere. This is why you so-called middle class toolmen get all the pressure to uphold. You gotta come on, Jason. We gotta hold this up. I know that's getting heavy. The more pressure, the more pressure, the more pressure. So once again, the United States government has now it's now all in your home. You can't leave your house. You just a tool guy. Listen, John. The more this independence, see now, the more you see, I keep talking. It's like you keep figuring stuff out. So the women in your so-called community are basically the government in your house. So the government is now in your house. You can't leave your house, tool guy. We're independent. We don't listen to you. You're just a tool guy. We're doing what the United States of America founding fathers have always done. Put everything on the middle class tool man. Everything goes to the middle class tool man. United States at the top don't have no worries because they just keep giving. They just putting all their consequences onto you tool guys. So these women had taken the mindset of your United States government until it's consequences. Now, with consequences come on, now everybody's scrambling to find the middle class tool guy. Oh my God, middle class tool guy here, take this. Oh, take this tool, man. This is my consequences. It's here. It's time for you to be Superman now, middle class tool guy. Middle class tool for you to be Superman now. I didn't listen to you, but it doesn't matter. Here comes my consequence. Oh my God. Oh my God, Susan. Here comes my consequences. Where's Roger? Everybody's running to get Roger. Everybody's running to Henry. Everybody's running to Sherrod. Everybody's running to Billy. Everybody's running to the bus driver that people said they didn't want. Everybody's running to the bus driver now. Everybody's running to the UPS guy and the FedEx guy and the truck drivers and the school teachers. Everybody's running to them because now it's time for your consequences to hit. But shoot, like guys like me, like, no. I signed a contract. I signed your independence contract. But I like my contract, right? I said I was going to lead or leave you. Did you not sign a contract? You said you were independent of me. No problem. But independence works two ways. You're independent of my leadership. You're independent of my stewardship. You're independent of my rules. You're independent of my direction. You're independent of my correction. You're independent of everything that comes from me. You're independent from, just like your government. No problem. But independence works. It's a two-way street. Your consequences come. So cool. If you were independent while you were doing it, you should be independent while receiving your consequences. This is how it works. You can't run. Listen, you can't run and you can't be like your daddy government, try to go on the ground somewhere and try to hide from your consequences. No, man. Stand proud and listen, whatever comes, stand proud. But you can't be independent on one side and not independent on the other side. Independence works two ways. If you can dish it out, then you should be able to take the consequence. That's how life works. This is what fathers do in the homes. But if you're independent of fathers and you want to use this middle class man as some type of sperm donor, well then what y'all want me to do? Because this independence thing is getting confusing now. You're independent on one side, but consequences come. Now your independence has turned to interdependence. I need you. I don't need you, but I need you. I don't need you, but I need you. I don't need you, but I don't. Once again, you're speaking a whole different language. It doesn't make sense to me. If you say you don't need me, then it's time for me to go. It's time for me to pack up my tools since I'm the tool guy. Cool. I'm going to pack up all my tools, all my resources, everything that I've created, everything that I have, everything I tried to give to you. You guys say you were independent of my everything that I have. You're independent of everything, not in something. You are independent of me altogether. So since you're independent of me altogether, well, it's time for me to go. Time for me to pack up my bags, suitcase, everything. All right, man. Well, it's time to go somewhere else. This is what men are doing. It's time to go. Yeah, man. Yeah, I see it, man. Dang, it's looking bad over there. Should we go and help? Hell no, because they said they were independent. No. See, we're not gonna do what our daddy did and our grandfather did. No. If these women said they're independent, then it's time to go. I mean, I don't know what else y'all want me to do. So whatever you dished out, you're gonna have to receive. If you didn't spend, and didn't save any money, like what you want me to do, like I don't know what you want me to do. I have girls, hey, I could take my children with me, but I mean, as far as what you got going on, that's your business. You're independent of my instruction. You're independent from my correction. You're independent from my accountability. You're independent from whatever I have to say. You're independent of all that, right? You're independent of everything that I tried to give you, all the instructions, all the insight and the foresight and the vision. You're independent of everything that I've ever told you in life. No problem. You're independent of all that. I'm not gonna fight you on that. That's great. It's time for me to move forward. This is what men are doing, man. And it's like, man, you know what? We can go to these different lands and establish something there, somewhere else. Right? It's land of the free, home of the brave, and all that other stuff. Cool. So I'm gonna take my free self and go to another place. You said I was free, so I'm going to use this freedom that you gave me, and I'm about to go somewhere else. That's life. But yeah, gentlemen, man, going to the top, man. I'm done, man. Ran my mouth. But yeah, gentlemen, independence. Hey, listen, they want to be independent, gentlemen. Let them be independent. But you got to understand, once again, gentlemen, independence works both ways. If you're independent from me, then I'm independent from you, right? If you're independent from me and the things that I'm trying to direct you to do, you're independent from all that. You listen to your government. Your government said he doesn't have to be here. The government said he don't need to be in the house, girl. You can just get these subsidies and this, that, and the third. He don't need to be in the house. You're independent, 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 independent. No problem. The independence, once again, works both ways. You don't have to listen, but you're not going to use me. Uh-oh. I don't need to listen to you. Cool, but you're not going to use me either. For no reason whatsoever. So if your government said you can do whatever you want to do, girl, knock yourself out. But when the consequences come, I'm not going to be around. Tell me that's the attitude you have to have moving forward. We're not playing these games. I told you, gentlemen, you're not a middle class tool man. We're not like our fathers and our grandfathers and all those greats before us. No, that's not how it works. We played the game is over. Use the tool called passport and get your ass up out of here. Take your tools with you. Take all your whatever, dusty, whatever, I don't know. Take all that dustiness with you, John. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take you and your dust. You know what? That's right. Since I'm dusty, cool, no problem. I'm gonna take me and this dust, like Pigpen off of you guys seen Charlie Brown Pigpen? Remember Pigpen? He had all that dust and dirt, and every time he walked around, all that dust and dirt, cool, and all them flies, cool, gentlemen. So take all that dust, dirt, and all them flies, because this is what you are to these women in the United States. You're just dusty. Cool, take you and your dust and go somewhere else. And let somebody else deal with the dust, your Pigpen self, your dusty self. Right? Because we live in a free world. Cool. So take your free dusty self and go somewhere else, gentlemen. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, so thank you. Thank you everybody for listening. What is independence doing for us as a nation? Yeah, gentlemen, I broke it down from the micro to the macro, or macro to the micro. From the White House to your house. It's all the same thing. At the end of the day, gentlemen, everything is about you. Government depends upon the middle class, man. If you're not there, gentlemen, everything falls apart. But guess what? Everybody's practicing their independence, and I can too. Anyways, man, that's my show. I could be here for another 30, 40 more minutes talking about this stuff. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, real quick. Hold up a second. Let me pull this up. Hey, come by. Show your boy some love. Give me a hand. Merchandise available. www.1247clothingcompany.org. Come by, show your boy some love. Show me some love, man. I've been working hard. Show me some love, please. Anyways, man, that's my show. Gentlemen, hey. Be you, gentlemen. Remember, independence works in both ways. Hey, check out for that. I'm about to slap it on a shirt. Independence works in both ways. So, gentlemen, if they're independent, listen, if everybody's independent of you, then you are independent of everybody. Yes, sir. You guys stay up, man. Stay up. I'm about to get up out of here. You guys have a good one. I'm out. Peace.